You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So we've been talking, in anticipation about who Joe Biden would pick for his VP. We didn't care either way. I didn't care either way.
I didn't care.
He didn't care either way. But we knew it would set off a media firestorm, and it did. He wound up picking Kamala Harris. Like everybody knew he would.
Her name is not Kamala Harris.
What is it?
If she was black, her name would be Kamala Harris. Her name is Kamala Harris. Continue. You got to do these things right.
Okay.
You know, Kamala. That's the sister. Wait, y'all seen Kamala? No, she down at the store. Kamala. We don't. Okay. Who?
Kamala.
We don't know Kamala. Yeah.
Kamala. Okay. So Kamala Harris. So he picked her, and just like I anticipated, a lot of people who were against her not 6 months ago, all of a sudden they're caping for her.
Yeah.
They got some tweets from Sean King who said he doesn't support Joe Biden or Kamala Harris.
And now he did the switch.
He did the the immediate.
Yeah.
That's 180, right?
Yes. 180.
180.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's bad. It's just hypocrisy on all sides. It's really entertaining to watch. Like I said, don't get involved in it. It's easy to just sit back and watch what's happening. Trump is having a field day.
Oh, he's gonna. And remember, before he picked Kamala.
No, first of all, Trump had some videos in the tuck already.
Right. He told. I saw him at one of them press conferences. Kamala would be a great, running mate for Biden, and he was baiting that on, like bring that on, because he had some cannon fire.
He's putting out videos, and then all he's doing, which is, I think, the best part of this, all he's doing is just playing audio from both of them, not edited audio, just playing audio from both of them.
Yes,
and showing you the hypocrisy in this whole situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't care either way, but in my opinion, if you use this as a victory for black people, as a victory for democracy, as a victory, as you see, like this is what we needed to get Trump out of office, you're a goofy.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
you're a goofy.
You're a goofy. What I expected from this as well is the diaspora war that's happening right now.
Okay, that's a fancy word.
Yeah, I does this, man.
Yeah. All right.
But on what's considered black. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't see Kamala Harris as a black woman. Mm-hmm. Some people do. Some people are saying like you can't take blackness out of you. It's a mess right now. It's a mess. Yes. And I know all the ADOS people, FBA people are foaming at the mouth.
They're foaming at the mouth with this one.
Yeah, at this. So I just, again,
because she's not even half FBA, or half ADOS.
And then again, she's gonna use that, as her, way into community, because she throws it on. Because I remember a video of her getting praised by the Indian community because she's the first Indian.
And right now, the Indian American or Indian community is up in arms. They're pushing for her. Shout out Free World Boss. For making a donation as always. And Freddie P, appreciate you guys.
Yeah, so that's happening right now. The Greek fraternity sororities, because she's an AKA from Howard, and they going hard, and she went to HBCU. So it's a mess between all of it, and I think it's interesting to just sit back and watch.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Again, like I said, if you are thinking that this will change anything, you're goofy, and that's just how I feel about it.
Okay,
That's
gonna bring you some heat.
Bring it. I wish
you talking smack.
I wish
they gonna come at you.
Listen. Please, if you can make a case as to why we should care about this. A real valid case, without you getting in your emotions, without you deflecting about all black women in America. We're not talking about all black women in America. We're talking about Kamala.
Facts.
And that's how you know what I'm saying, they get emotional. And no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
No.
Those are all valid points. And it's amazing how mind control works in real time.
Oh yeah.
Just 6 months ago, she was going at Biden.
First of all, people forget, like, she said that she believed that the woman...
She believed the women who were accusing him of sexual assault. she said that out her own mouth. The first question I want to ask her is, do you still believe that? And what we're learning is that this politics is one huge game.
Nasty, too.
But it's a game on both sides, because me and you could go at it to the death and unveil each dirty laundry, and then when you pick me as a candidate, I go, all right, forget all that, I said. Now let's get in front of the people and put on a unified front, because at the end of the day, we have to get rid of Donald Trump. So instead of getting shot, we're gonna get stabbed. But so what?
There was a poll that came out that said 58% of Americans are only voting for Biden because he's not Trump. Very scary people to talk to.
No, the whole
very
process,
scary people to talk to.
But let's uncover some things. I'm not a politician, but I do know that the left wing and the right wing are, both of the same bird, right? So this Republican Democrat thing, which you think are opposing each other, are not. The only outlier in this entire equation is Donald Trump. Now, what do I mean by that? He's the only one who's not a politician. He's the only one who has disrupted all the things that you see that you think are against you, and in the grand scheme of things, maybe for you. Now, if you run put on your CEO hat, so you run a company. If you're trying to clean up the company, you don't hire somebody within the company to clean up the mess that they created. That wouldn't make any sense in the world. You bring an outsider in, and that's how you know. If you've ever worked in corporate America, when you see them strange people walking through the door and they watching everything, you know they're there for one reason and one reason only. They're not friends with nobody here. They ain't got no connections with nobody here. They're here to cut that staff by 32% to save this company X $1 billion. So they're sitting there watching you like, do we need Wayne? I mean, they'll ask other people, what does Wayne do? Do you like Wayne? Okay, scratch Wayne. Wayne is gone. Bring him in the office. It's very impersonal. We're firing you. We'll let you go. Here's your package, and bye. So the only outlier in this entire equation is Donald Trump. Year after year after year after year, it's politician after politician after politician gets in that position. Prior to them getting in that position, they have a history of dirty things they've done for years. And then they get on this platform and tell you they have changed. I've seen a picture of Joe Biden from 1974. Saying wicked stuff about black people. And all of the stuff he's done. We know about the crime bill, which she carried out. She broke a record for incarcerating more black people for weed or some other things.
And then she also refused to reopen cases that she knew. She waited until these two guys were killed, or saying, before she released stuff. So her record, please, let's not get into her record. It's terrible. And I already have people saying, but we got to get rid of Trump. So somehow Trump has become the piece of the sandwich in the middle. Remember, problem, reaction, solution. So Trump has become the problem. Your reaction, we have to get rid of Trump at all costs. He's the worst president ever. And the solution, by default, becomes Biden and his new running partner, Kamala Harris. So all of this stuff is playing out in real time. And it amazes me that we still continue to fall for the same thing when none of these presidents or vice presidents have ever done anything for us. And don't forget, Biden was the vice president for eight years. Let's not forget that. So when we mix all of this in with Kamala Harris, her mother is an Indian. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
A Hindu, I believe. Her father is Jamaican.
Yes.
On her birth certificate, it says that the mother is Caucasian and the father is Jamaican. It says black nowhere on the birth certificate. Okay. We do know she was born in San Francisco. We do know she had that affair with Willie Brown, I believe is the governor of San Francisco for years. And that's how she propelled herself. And she does a lot of greasy stuff in her day, but what politician hasn't?
Fact.
So we understand this. So I'm just being fair. All these politicians are dirty. So for those who are going to vote for her, and that's your choice, I'm not here to argue any of your politics. That's going to be what people lean on. That all of these politicians are dirty, so let's just vote for her dirt, and you know, to get Trump's dirt out of the White House.
So I saw something interesting. Ava DuVernay, who directed a lot of these black films, she directed 13. She directed When They See Us. She directed. Then she did Selma, right? If I'm correct. And did she do Selma?
She did.
Right. She put up a long post basically saying, you know, it's no time for the infighting and stuff. We need, so many people have, you know, really lost their lives due to this virus and how it was handled. We need to get Trump out because that's, you know, what's at stake here. And I just wanted, like, just bare bone argument, right? November, soon as Biden gets out, if Biden wins, soon as he gets in office, are people going to stop dying if this virus is what they say it is?
No, because it's too late, because Trump didn't do his job. So a virus that could be spread in the air anywhere. What people are saying is this, Malcolm, and I don't think you understand in this point.
Let me know.
They're saying that this paper mask is what stopped the virus. So because Donald Trump dragged his feet for 3 extra weeks, even though in January he mentioned that something was coming from China, but that's beside the point. For 3 extra weeks, you didn't have your mask on, Malcolm. So the virus got into the lungs of extra people and they died. Whereas if Biden was in office, he would have said, put your mask on right away, and then there wouldn't have been so many cases. Forget the fact that thousands of people were out protesting in the street, you know, in bunches, people in jail in bunches, people in the hospital in bunches, people in bunches. And they didn't die. But that's beside the point. Because you didn't wear that mask for 3 weeks. And now it is Trump's fault that a biological weapon was released into the public. And he did nothing. This is the most bizarre, deadliest virus I've ever seen.
Yeah, it thinks
this has its own mind.
Wait, I like black. I don't like black people, so we're gonna wipe out black people in disproportionate numbers in poor neighborhoods.
But we're not gonna mess with kids.
No, but when black people are protesting for George Floyd and things like that, we're not gonna.
No, because we right on to the to the people. Power to the people.
Right.
And it's so powerful that I don't see nobody dying. Like, you would think the way they're talking that people would just be dropping dead in the street. Like,
I got a quote from Bill Gates, the one who's pushing these vaccines.
Okay, let's hear it.
He says, this is after a whole interview. He goes, so do you think we're going to be okay? He goes, yeah, certainly. We're lucky this one wasn't a more fatal disease. He said that.
Wait a minute. Aren't we in a pandemic?
We had to lock down.
We had to lock down the entire
on Bloomberg.com
world.
Bloomberg
so
Newsweek.
What's more fatal than pandemic, which the world had to stop? Sports, businesses, companies, schools, everything had to stop. I swear, the way they're talking, I swear I would just see people in the street
dropping, right?
Like, oh man, he dropped. Oh shit. Oh, did you know the neighbor? Yeah, he was in the elevator. He just dropped. I don't see any of it. I see people getting on with their lives. That's just me. And I'm not here to argue your politics, your religious beliefs, or your coronavirus beliefs. I'm just simply saying this is all tied into Kamala Harris and Biden, and they're here to clean up. And I guess, because remember, we're still in the Jason months. November is the end. July, August, September, October, November. But November is either Trump is in or he's out.
Right.
And at the end of that, that's also the flu season. So what happens in when Biden and Kamala win, they have a chance, and they win, does the vaccine roll out right there? Like, we got the vaccine ready, and now
we were holding it till I won.
Yeah, you Negroes can line up and get the shot. Or if Trump wins, do they release phase 2 of this shit and now we in for more craziness? I mean, I'm just asking. So this Kamala Harris thing wasn't a surprise. And then there are people who are saying that he could die because, you know, he's a little on the edge.
Oh yeah, he's seen that.
And then she could be in position, but I don't see how that benefits those who are racist. Those who are racist are going, wait a minute now. You mean to tell me if Biden lose, if he
that's because people just have a thing where they think white Republican, black Democrat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They just think all black people are Democrats. No, there are some vile people that are Democrats.
Yes.
Jeffrey Epstein was a big Democrat. People don't realize that. I mean, like they just fail to realize that. So,
Sheikh Davis said, Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, the wheels on the industry was stopping. When they start up again, they in the Moors' favor. Let's clap that up. The Prophet. Drop that. Let's see if when this thing crank. And that's another thing, because last week I was talking about where are we? Like, are we exactly where they want us to be? Have they funneled us to where they want us to be? At the same time, you know, our ancestors are also at work. You know what I mean? So there's a divine, you know, intervention in all of this stuff. So we could be exactly where Noble Drew Ali said we would be. You know what I'm saying? At the same time. So I'm not saying that in despair that we should give up. But I'm just saying most of these people are doing zero thinking. Everything for them is going to... Listen, watch the celebrations when Biden wins. It's like, man, you would think that we were having great presidents prior to this, and Trump was the only president who brought pain and suffering against black people, and now this white man who has clearly stated he hates black people, who drafted up the goddamn 94 crime bill
that we still separate.
And I saw him in Congress say, you know, these crime is crime, and I don't want my daughter having to deal with basically these jungle bunnies. I'm paraphrasing, but he said some real vile stuff.
Yeah.
And Kamala Harris, when they asked about reparations, she was like, whoa, slow down. I'm not trying to just do things for black people.
Yeah.
Like, this thing is, you know.
I was having a conversation with Avery, as a matter of fact, and then she was talking about, you know, because we were talking about the ADOS thing and FBA thing. And then I said, yo, I'm not going to lie. When that conversation first started to happen, I was real indifferent about it. I really didn't know, until when people started pointing out these black people who weren't really for black people. And then he's famous from Nigeria. He's not really from here.
Yeah.
Well, his family's from Jamaica. And then it just all started to happen like that, and like it seemed like a coincidence, but at a certain point you have to look at it. You have to go, wait, something. Yeah. And I'm not the one that tries to divide,
but you got to call a spade a spade.
Yeah, sometimes you got to go.
So Obama, right, not on African American soil.
Yeah,
his dad is Nigerian, right? His mother is white, so he wasn't born in the trenches here. The list can go on and on. Kamala Harris, same thing. Indian and Jamaican, not on American soil, doesn't mean she didn't go through her American experiences.
But she pulls the card when it's very beneficial.
When it's very beneficial.
When she's on the Breakfast Club.
Speaking of Kamala,
she needs Charlamagne the God's
approval. Kamala Harris died, the wrestler.
His name was not Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He passed, and she emerges on, as somebody in the chat just said. So we understand that can be ritualistic. Not saying it was connected, but you never really know how these things go.